Hi, it's Julie's Makeup Advice 60 for makeup and skincare. Today I'm going to just start basic. I'm going to do a black. Even though in the past I've said I wouldn't do black eyeliner on my eyes ever because it can make you look older. And I'm going to be 64. What better time to do it? So I'm going to show you. I'm going to do my eyes first because any fallout we can clean up, and then I'll do the face. And I'm going to try foundation serum. I got a light and a medium. I mix them together. So let's get going. I did do my eyebrows in blonde from John Rhodes, or fat pencil, which I like. I did use another one to make little hairs by Benefit. It's got little, like, it almost looks like, because I don't know where it went. Almost looks like these, the two little prongs. This is taupe. And the other side's got a, one pen. Okay, first things first. I'm going to use, since we have, at my age, the skin issue, the hooded eyes, I'm going to use City Beauty, and I'm just going to pat it in. You only need very, very little. You'll guide that and get used to it. It's supposed to smooth out the lines. That's how much I'm really using. And then I just rub it on my eye. Wish I just took away the excess skin, but not yet. And yes, I'm going to be seeing someone Saturday for Botox and one last vial for my sculpture for my cheeks. They also did it here because of hollowing out, and sculpture can work. Not drastically overnight. It can take 2, 3 years, but it will not sink in any more than it is, if that helps. That doesn't mean I'm still going to contour here. I might use 05 to warm up, but that's it. While I'm letting that absorb into the eyelids, I'm going to, it's a Saint, they have pencils, as you know, satin and silk. And this is why I'm going to try the black. It's a silk. I believe silk does not budge, if I'm correct. You would have to check, I'm not sure. So I'm going to, I gotta turn this light on. I'm gonna go under my waterline. Yeah, and it's black. The reason I don't use black is because it always bled. I'm not gonna go on the bottom. See that difference? Because black can make you look older. And I always told you, even on my previous videos, I would never do black. But I had to, when I heard that this didn't budge, and it just looks like that. And I'll show you the color. So, and it does, it really says it doesn't budge. Because I'm one that for some reason when I laugh, scrunch, whatever, it always ends up down here. And I'm not going to put black on the bottom. I'll do something else for that. And then I'm going to use, I gave it like 30 seconds up to a minute to do my City Beauty Lift Lid. I think it's what it's called. Lid Lifting treatment by City Beauty. I like it. And now I'm going to just, apparently I need the light. I'm going to just prime my eyes to get the discoloration out. You don't have to use your fingers, but I like to control how much I'm going to be using. You can use, this is supposed to be a concealer brush, but I'm using it for my eye, concealing my eyelids. We all need the help after 60. Actually, I was always a hooded girl, even when I was younger. But I didn't have the creepy skin like I do now. But we make best what we have. And that's as best as I can get. I want you to see me instead of a light. And all I did was use a simple, you can go right up to your eyebrows. And you can put as much as you want. I have hair in my eye, sorry. And the primer I use is Nicole Beauty. One color for all types of skin, colors, whatnot. Now I got the black, and I don't have my mascara on yet, so you can really see a difference. And what comes after that? Oh, yes. I'm going to use, I'm going to use a brown. Apparently I do need this on. And I got to see 5 times. Sorry. I'm just going to find where I can, maybe it'd be better if I didn't have it so close. Just use a darker brown. Doesn't have to be dark. And you find, like you know where to go. And like my moves. But if you use the brush very lightly, I'm going to go up here. Remember, I always say go up and out, because you can always clear that up. And I'm going to come down here a little, and I am going to come in here. I normally don't. It all depends what kind of eye makeup or eye shape you want to create. If you want it to center right in the middle of your lid, you can do that. But I'm going to just do a simple two-tone, unless I think, you know me, unless I think of something fun to do. There. Can you see that? All I did was a simple brown. And all I'm going to do is do the other thing on the other eyelid. Relax your eye so you know where your hood is, because we don't want to hide them. And believe me, I can hide. My eyes, I can hide. And I'm going to go down. There again, like I say, you can wiggle. And you can also go like this if you want. And then I'm going to go here in the tip, right in my tear duct. Whatever's left on my brush. And then I'm going to go back up here. And bring that down. You can swirl. And this can be an everyday look, whatever you want it to be. I'd like to have you see me better while I'm doing something. And if you have any questions, you can ask. If you want to know the colors, I can let you know that. I am using Dream, I think. Had to ask myself, I guess. Dream. If you love Dream, which is a very it's a beautiful color, get it. I think it comes in a Nostalgia with Sadie as a lip and cheek, which is a gloss, which has very little color. But if you're very fair, you'd go for it. It would be pretty. But I did not use the eyeshadow that came with it, the shimmer. I used another one. I think I used, well, we'll find out. Okay. Then I'm going to just, let me see what I used. The color I'm going to use, Moscow. Right here. And Dream, which I'll put right next to it. That's Dream. I don't know if I did a good job with that. Dream, and then you got your Moscow. So that's Dream, Moscow. So I'm gonna go in with a flat brush. That's what I do. I take this pencil, and if you do have hooded small eyes, if you want, you can buy the BK Beauties. It has just for small hooded eyes. They sell them as a packet. That's how I got onto it, because I have small eyes and they're hooded. And I'm just gonna go right over. And I know you're saying it looks dark, but that's okay. I want that to stand out. I don't know if you can see it. That's Moscow Dream. And what I'm going to do, if I can find it, just to put a little, no, wrong one maybe. There it is. I'm going to just put a little in the tear duct for brightening. I find that to be pretty, and I also believe it opens up our eyes more. I might have gotten Dream, and then I'm just going to put it here and there, and that's it. My eyes are done, except for mascara. I know how much you people don't like to watch mascara, but I'm gonna go fast. I'm using Estee Lauder's Black Primer. Getting ready to get dried out, I think, and that looks like this. And, sorry, I don't like keeping it on because it, wiggle. It is a primer. I don't know if they still carry it. I haven't checked. Then after that, I'm going to use Joan Rhodes Black Mascara. Really going to go out of town, right, with the mascaras. And if I hit my hood, I like to pull these out slow. One, because of air, dries them out quickly. It really does. I like to look down when I do because I always hit my hoods. I try to get underneath. And if it happens, no big thing, because we can fix it. Our husbands would have to wait. I might have, I don't know. That's all I'm going to put on. And that's what I do. And this is a new Jones Road too. And I go very slow, because if you go up and down fast, it really brings air into it and dries it out quickly. And I'm gonna do, oh, thank you. I was just thinking of you guys, and I said I was gonna do something to the lower lash. I'll use this one. I'm gonna take Moscow and just go halfway. Moscow would bring out blue eyes, green eyes, even hazel eyes would look pretty. Of course, brown eyes, they can wear everything, and it just looks great. And I like to connect up top where I have my Moscow too. See if you see that, where I put it halfway, halfway. I didn't want to use black because I think that would have been too much, overpowering. Okay, I'm going to shake these serums. Foundation, I got a light and a medium. Let's see if I have a brush I want to use. I'll use this brush. And I do, if I seem like I'm working fast, I'm going to just put 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to I can feel it already running on me. I use like 3 to 4 drops if I need more. And then I really get it in my brush. And it's a serum, so it's really runny. I guess I have to say again. And then go where I need it, and then red, right? Especially right here. And I got a pimple on my chin. And I'm not gonna say it dries fast. It's got silica in it. It's a serum that will help if you use it every day or every other day. I mean, it's a serum that will help. It's called a foundation serum. If you think you want a heavier coverage, you can. I think. I'll just bring it down a little. That's the foundation, serum foundation. There goes my dyslexic. It is. It's Nicole's serum foundation, and they look like this. And just to show you, I'll tell you, I just put 1 drop, and you can see that's not probably the best arm to do it on. Oh. I'll just use that up. And you can go under your eyes because it is a serum. I haven't had any creasing with it. So. Now, I'll show you on the proper hand. So if I just put 2, see how it just runs? It's like serum. It moves. And that was the dark. Sorry guys, and I am going right under. If I need to put my Moscow back on, no problem, no biggie. Sorry about that, I like using my hands as palettes. I'm thinking of getting a little square thing to mix it because it does run quick. I love the Serum foundation. I haven't found anything wrong with it yet, and I've had it all summer. Does that tell you something? Now, remember I told you in my last video how I have Lisa Althridge? She calls it a bullet. It's heavy. I mean, it's something you know, and I'm going to show you because I'm going to take it out. I'm going to take this out, put the cap on so that won't get dried out, and I can put it in my Lisa Althridge bag I received. And then I'm going to put this color, clicks in, and then you have your lipstick. You can have different multiple lipsticks. And I'm going to I can give you the number of this color. And I could use an eyeliner, or I have a pencil. Satin. Pepper I have, but I think I would have used, I probably would have used pepper. And I got a silk and cappuccino. And the satin, I want to say the satin is the one that can, is the satin the one that can't budge? No. That means I'll never get that black off, right? The black is silk. So silk is the one that doesn't budge. I got that in the black. So cappuccino, because I can still do it, is a silk. So that's blendable. And the pepper, I believe, is a satin. Yes. And I find pepper to be a little bit cooler tone than, say, the cappuccino. So I've never done, I'll see what I probably should have done that beforehand. I probably should have. Next time I gotta remember to do that. And I went over my Cupid's bow. Usually I don't hide my Cupid's bow. Usually I leave it as is. Then all I'm gonna do is blush. And I gotta pop that out. Let me see if I got the name of it. I heard they made bigger prints. This is Sandstone. I want to say that's a satin. Don't quote me on that. And I'm going to do, maybe it's a gloss right here. And just do, I like to stay, as you know, I like to stay above my nose, but I see this one coming down. And then I'm going to take my brush, and this is a 4-way brush. I'm sure you ladies have seen this. Saint sells this. So you could do your eyeshadow or your demi. Anything. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with this. So I'm just going to do this. Go up. If you want that lifted effect, you go up. Whatever I have left, I like to put here. Right up into my temples. Yes, I am close to my eyes, but, and if I want to clean it, I'll use the other side to try to get a clean cut. Got another hair on my. So this is a great brush to have, even to travel. A perfect example. Now that I've done everything, I feel like this is what's great before you get out of the house. I just feel like this is a little darker. I don't believe it. You ever talk about classy people? Let's not get started on men. All depends on where they were brought up. All right. Now, I saw one of my old videos where I was 61, going to be 62, and my eyes have changed. Not for the best. So Julie will do something about it. I look up, I'm looking, and I see, I'm just going to use a little brown. Just to put color back in, because the distractions are not as bad as you think. So if you darken up, it will actually be easy to find the distractions. I'm not trying to swoop in bronze or anything underneath your eyes, but if I see, like, if I wanted to, I would use probably a different brush if I wanted the contour. But I'm just going to do a little. Usually you start right at the top of your ear and go halfway. And you can always just go up. Or I could just use it this way. That's what I'll do next time. So if you want a little bit of contour, and just push up. Trying to find the other half of my brush. And there again, you can use it for eyeshadow. There again, I'm going to pull the other side off. This might be a little bit more fluffy. If it is, then I have another, one of my favorite, these. It's like that on both ends. I forgot the name of them. End point, something point on them. And I'm going to look. And now I'm going into my troughs. And I kind of want to bring them forward. In one of my videos last year, I used Flurry. And it worked because it was a chrome. I still have it. I love it. And I used it on my troughs that were sucking in the orbital bone. And does it look better now? I warmed up with neutral red. You can use a bronzer, any, brown, cream. Ilia has beautiful, you can put it on your brush and then rub it where you need to warm up, like, you just pick. I used the end of this brush and I just go, I look up and I look down, I look over that way and this way. Like I can look at you now. Because whatever's. You can also, if you want to clean up, if you're using a cream, any foundation, you can lighten it up. And then if I think I need some color, I'm going to use a little right here. I just wanted to make it a little bit brighter. you know, just finish that off with that. That also can kind of give you a clean on both sides. All I did was use R1, and you can see where I just cleaned it up on both sides of my eyes so it wouldn't look so messy. And I did use sandstone. And the other thing I was going to use, did I think? You don't have to, but if you're going someplace, I'm going to put right here. Yes, I know, they say it accentuates, what is it, our lines, crow's feet. You don't have to put a lot on. I can't wait to get honey. I've never had honey, but I'm gonna get it. And I still see where that, clean that up. And that's it. All done with my face. I can go anywhere I want. Lunch, breakfast, any place. Simple technique. And sometimes if I can't get my eyebrows right, I do use a stencil. Like I'll go like that. And I dot to know where to go. And then I have this type, which is, they got a full arch. This is a, I can't see. This is a full arch. They got a slim arch, a full arch, and a medium arch. Nicole Beauty has them, and I bought them. They come in. And I say I had it. I've been trying to rearrange, and it's taken me a long time. They come in like this, if you can see that. And you open them up, and they give you 3. That, I don't know if I'm getting blind. That's a bold arch. That's really, that would overwhelm me. Then they get the slim. Sometimes I use the slim, but this is the full. And I usually use the full, but I don't go as thick because if I have a smaller face. So when you have a smaller face, you want to go not so defined with a bold arch. And as we get older, I think it looks better if we have softer eyebrows, not microbladed, like cut and sharp. I mean, if you have no eyelash, if you have no I should say eyebrows, I say go ahead and get them microbladed, but I wouldn't get them so precise because as you get older, it just looks more younger, more youthful if you have a softer look on your eyebrows. That's my opinion, of course. And you know, all the training I've had, that one hasn't changed. That after you mature at a certain age, you look better with a softer arch in your eyebrow. You don't have to go straight and, but I do believe in try to go straighter out because as we get older, we don't want to follow the eye, you know, go down. So it's better to have a little arch but stay straight. That's the best way. That's what I like to do. And that's how I tame. I'm trying to tame mine to do that. They fight with me, so I have to trim little hairs. Okay, if you have any questions, that's it. Anything else, you can leave in the comment. If you like this, hit subscribe. It's 60 plus makeup and skincare, which reminds me, I have my Raymond, because I got dry hair from doing my Trenton. It's a 2-phase oil mist. You shake it up. I love it because it's a fine mist. It smells great. It smells almost like lemon. I can't explain it. Love it. Plus I have the booster and the Booster X. I use that in the morning. I like the Common Gel. I use Red 100. I use the cream, the toner, and the serum. Ample. I think that's how they say it, Ample. I've been using that all summer. Of course, in July I had my gallbladder. It was emergency because I didn't know what I had. I had to go to the emergency, and I had a lot of gallstones. They didn't know if it went further than it should have. I was lucky they didn't, but I had to have my gallbladder taken out. And for like 6 months, they say 3 months you adjust to the food. No, even at 6 months. It's like they don't tell you the truth. You can't have so much sweets or goodies or cheese. I try my best, but I love my sweets, and I love cheese. I love bread, so I'm working on that, but I can't help it. But yeah, it's easier today to have your gallbladder taken out, even though I was petrified, I was actually trying to leave the hospital. 2 different hospitals, leaving, because I was petrified. All I could think of is the old days when my mother had hers done. They cut her wide open, and I'm thinking, oh my God. And with my ADHD, I have to digest it. It takes me hours or a day or 2 to digest it. And they finally got me my signature. I think they had to give me diazepam just to get my signature because I was like a cat up on a ceiling. I mean, I even had the medical, I don't know if he was the medical director, I don't know, but he came in and goes, "Are you ready to sign?" And of course, at that time, I didn't even know they gave me diazepam when I woke up. But I did sign my life away. I had no problems. It was the first time I've used surgical glue on me. I felt like I had 4, they go in your belly button and 3 other places. I felt like I got bullet wounds with the surgical glue in me, because that's the first time I've ever had surgical glue. I've always had stitches. So, what can I say? Also, if you want to know, you might not, you don't have to. The lipstick I put on, I tell you, if they just could make things bigger. I really can't see that. I think it's Lisa is the name of the lipstick, but I was looking for the number. I think it's 127 or 128. I don't know, but I'll put it back in. That is a pretty color. It's a beautiful color. I love it. And now I got that there. You can put the other one away, because this one, I'll show you. That's Ribbon. Ribbon is like a beautiful red with a blue undertone. All right, ladies, I'll talk to you. I'll see you next Monday. If you like, hit the heart if you like it, and subscribe if you want to watch me again and know when I come on. It will probably usually be a Monday night. Have a good week. Have a happy holiday. I hope everybody has all their gifts, everything packed, presents wrapped. And don't forget your kitties and your dogs and your bunnies or your foxes or your squirrel pet. A lot of people have different pets. Some people have those large cats. It's like an ocelot, but it's not an ocelot. personally, I don't believe in having that kind of a cat for a pet. I think that's kind of cruel. They make out like, yeah, they're happy, but, and I hate it when they show them on social media. They hiss and spit, have a deep growl. I don't think that's funny at all, because I don't believe they should be in a zoo either. I also don't believe you should be shooting them, or even a mountain lion. That's my opinion. I love animals. I mean, I flipped out when I found out the humpback whale is on the endangered list now. What happened? I don't think it was the killer whale that ate them all up. You know, submarines go 200 miles an hour on the ocean. They could hit a humpback with a baby and they'll just keep going. They're not going to stop. They just keep going. Act like nothing happened. That's our government. We could bring that up to President Trump about the environment, even though he said we don't have any environment problems. No, we have clean air. Unbelievable, healthy drinking water. Isn't it? Oh yeah, I don't know what planet he's on, but we do have an environmental issue, pollution issue, quality air issue. So I don't know what planet. And he doesn't go to the meetings in Europe. I think it's sad. Maybe we all ought to get I was going to say we could get a petition going, but I don't even think that would happen. That won't even work. He'd close his ears and say, I don't know what you're talking about. All right, ladies, have a Merry Christmas. If I don't, I'll probably still butt in here on New Year's on a Monday. Good night, guys. Talk to you later.